Lo palamete, trip malamete, ta rangi rangi shedu lene karishino. But then I am a sharon chen, somebody again, Lotte Lishigene, Soatos.
So, in this way, with the single-pointed mind and also completely relying from one's body, speech, mind to the Guru, how we carry through the supplication prayer, not even asking to the father and not questioning to mother and not depending upon any other condition, just completely whatever that the karmic connections or karmic obscurations may be, one just completely rely to the Guru. In that way, just one carry through the supplication prayer.
Barden Lami Kugam Dra Drosetante, so you get to money dra. What did they start up? This same told the 25 Yane, get the money back, sending all.
So, whatever the appearances of these phenomena forms that try to understand the appearance of the root teacher, and whatever the sounds one may hear, try to understand it is the just the pure speech of the Alokshara as the Om Mani Padme Hum sounds and all the mantra. And then try to get rid of all the discursive thoughts and afflicted mind, and then always try to maintain the absolute true nature of mind, try to rest in the emptiness nature. The Lama, the Guru, is, as explained earlier, it is the condensed nature of the three root deities.
What condition Rangi Maubane and a Shindo in the Gadon Dele condition, digging Honcha the youngest.
So, in this way, in all the times and the aspect, if one carry through this practice and supplication, then when one just experiences the death, then at that time also one could have the same habitual tendencies.
Tereshidi Rangla Tepamiki Yong Tabashin, Yanla Tendeshin, Sony Shindo di Badin Nagani, Yanden 2 years.
So, in this way, as one carried through the practice with the full devotion and inclination, then after the death in the intermediate stage, there is the possibility to liberate.
Karesana, Dadani County Shagon, Sony Shion, Tevejon, Riba Sarchegre, Yan to the demo years.
So, as one gets used to these prayers and practices, then according to that, after the death, one's consciousness is still much more clear. It is more easier to liberate. So, of course, that all these afflicted minds that very difficult to stop, but try not to follow the afflicted minds, and then carry through the practice, and then just fill it with the emptiness nature. That we as a Dharma practitioner, we don't have anything external enemy. Whoever beings are existing there, is one's parent that who has been kind to oneself.
Okay, indeed. Share what I know at home. This is the Tanchila, sound on Hiji, Yana on the gums.
In generally, that to have the practice on the pure perception, and then also always meditate on compassion and loving kindness to all sentient beings. So this our mind, one have to just protect it just over and over. Otherwise, that this is a kind of very tricky and goes in the wrong way. And thinking with the mind, and then the physical body and the speech also follow all sorts of negative actions. This our mind, that because of so many afflicted mind, these delusions constantly just arise. So in case if you examine your mind, then we have all various kinds of the afflicted mind or non-virtuous thought, and a virtuous thought, it is just very rare. And among these afflicted minds, like hatred, anger, desire, and pride, and so forth, among them, the worst is that anger. Mainly is because that oneself think that I am great, I am wise, and so forth, where one build up one's ego and the pride. In reality, we don't have any good quality that we could have a great pride or ego. And however we know anything about worldly activity, but whatever we do, that lead us to three lower realms. Even one thing, one have some material belonging or just economically rich, that there is nothing that is important. That in the past there are all these Chakravartis and great kings, how much that wealth they could have. And many of them, among them are just bodhisattvas. Because of that, just they don't have such a pride or ego like us. And we, in case we have some wealth or rich, then we still have, I'm just rich and have pride. And even one don't want to talk to other people. So that is why it is important that take care of the anger. And in case we speak a little bit of something which is uncomfortable, verbalization, one easily get angry. As I explained before also, that even just saying that something which is on your face is that nose, and you get angry. And similar like that, even we say a little bit of just a word, that how it hurts one's mind. And just even that walking, that even there is little bit of just a mistake, one also get angry. So that's why the anger is just so easy to arise.
The control also
So if we give rise to anger, then just the place where we could possibly born is just only the hell. So as in the text it says, there is no negativity like anger, and there is no virtue like patience. So in that way, if we could to have patience, then one could to have a great deal of virtue and merit. And similar like that, rest of all other delusions, such as like a desire, hatred, and the ignorance, that we need to take care of them. We are somehow just judging others, looking outside. It is so, and finding out somebody's fault is very easy. So very easily we just express somebody's fault, that that is not the right way to go, or right to walk, or it is not right to speak in that way, and so forth. We just find it out all the faults of somebody else. So in that way, as we just our minds are externally watching to others, try to have all this judgment, that we will only see something wrong. And then also the jealous eye, that also only sees something wrong. So that is why just don't express to others. Try to examine one's own mind. So always just concentrate that what one's body, speech, mind is doing. So at that moment, if one finds that one's body, speech, mind just going into direction of wrong activities or negativity, then try to just change it and avoid, and then try to be more virtuous. So that we, in a way, that we achieve the precious human rebirth, which is very difficult to obtain, and also we meet with the Dharma, which is also very difficult to meet with it. And as we have all this opportunity, and if we could not get advantage of it, then it is we could not do anything in the future. Don't get too distracted with the external that material wealth. So try to understand that they all are just impermanence and then also emptiness. So there is no anything that very stable or firm or really existing from beginningless time till now. So even in the past, there happened all these great Chakravartis, rulers of the universe, that who rule over all the 4 continents, and those who have just many hundreds of the queens and many hundreds of that ministers and warriors and all the 4 different kinds of warriors. But everything just is now everything is just gone.
When you do the Lumba particularly Derbo Mimisamas, Derbo did not don't your trotzer, top chamber page, the wrong social Bejamosundas.
Before in the past that everywhere in this world that every country have all these kings and they are also very powerful and wealthy and they have all this kind of just accomplishments.
That they don't know sorry combat concours and law
So now these days that all those are just gone. It is just like a ruins and only we have all these kind of museums and exhibitions. Those all happened is because of that impermanence. Similar like that, that even our just the early forefather generations, even sometimes we don't know their even names. So everything is impermanent and changeable. So in that way, just having so much distraction in the external world and then thinking over it, there is no real benefit. So however that whatever belongings or material wealth one may have, even we live in our home, just always try to understand that emptiness nature and that not to have that kind of attachment. So as explained earlier that whatever it appears as the deity nature and whatever the sound one hear as the mantra and whatever the thought arise, try to just dissolve into emptiness, and if one can just maintain those practices, then when the death happens to oneself, one will get all those benefits. So somehow that we all are related in that way, that how we try to think and just work to liberate and benefit all other sentient beings. That is our responsibility. So oneself thinking, oh, I'm just great, or I'm something special, that is just a great mistake. Even you contemplate on the self, that is also not really just existing. That self, the I, which seems like it is kind of very powerful or strong. That how we think of, oh, I'm feeling sick, I'm just hungry, I'm thirsty, I'm king, I'm just rich, I'm powerful. So if we really contemplate and think of it, that there is no real existing, that the self or I. This self, the I, is not really there. And it is not the mind. In case if it is, then it also have all these kind of forms and colors. The mind, which is the emptiness in nature, there is no anything that which is concrete or solid. It is just only something that we are grasping, which is something meaningless. Our most worst enemy is that called I or the self. And within this whole world, that there is no any other non-virtues than the that the co-emergent self or the ego is the main cause that which lead us to the samsara. So in this way, just one have to contemplate and think about the Dharma just again and again, and try to just mingle one's mind stream with the Dharma. So even one just receive lots of Dharma, but if one does not really practice it, then that we have a just kind of ladder in which we put the butter, and that which always keeps the contents into it. And that ladder in which that butter has become like a container, like years and months, and then later on, even you want to just make that ladder smooth with some butter or oil, that there is no way you can do it. So it is in general that all sorts of ladder that to make it smooth or flexible, then we apply oil or this butter that and we rub it, that which become just very soft. But that ladder which contains the butter, that it has been so used to it, so it cannot just do anything. So in case similar like that, one just hear all this teaching, and then just having a sense of or knowing that, oh, I know this Dharma, I know that Dharma, but if one does not apply into practice, then becomes similar like that. So in this way, just try to contemplate and think on Dharma, and the most important practices are that devotion and that pure perception, and then renunciation, and then the bodhicitta, and also the confidence. So in this way, one have to subdue and tame one's mind. There is no any external being coming to subdue your mind. Even just instant somebody just comes there and then just beat somebody, just saying, I will just tame his mind. There is no way it can be done. Even you just kill that person also cannot subdue the mind. And moreover, it become more worse and become maybe ghost. If one try to subdue one's mind, it is always more easier. Because that one's mind, that is not obscure to oneself, that one know about that. So once one have the understanding of that what one need to abandon and accept, then just to apply that method to subdue one's mind, that is important. So in case like if one just meet with a wish-fulfilling jewel, gem, and if you don't just take care of it, one cannot get anything. So similar like that, the triple gem and that the supreme dharma, that which one have already got in one's hand, and if one does not take care of it, then there is no any time that one can liberate. So that wish-fulfilling gem, if one put on the just banner and then just do all the purification and then supplication prayers, then one could fulfill one's wishes. And similar like that, if one just concentrate to carry through the Dharma practice, then one would achieve the Buddhahood or the enlightenment, which is even much more precious than the wish-fulfilling gem. And the Buddha felt all these just great realized bodhisattvas that they never ever have any problem of just what they need. So whatever the appearances are, and that everything that one can actualize, whatever one wish. One time just a great realized master, and then another guy just went to a far distance place. And then just that day it is very hot and sunny, and everybody just feel really thirsty and also hungry. So then as they have a little bit rest, and then that the master just asked, do anybody like to have some yogurt? And then they said, oh, of course, just we really like it because we just feel so thirsty, but we didn't see any yogurt here. And then he said, okay, just bring your cups and just come in front of me. And then he have just a small skull cup in with him. So then he just with that skull cup he just digs then gave yogurt to everybody. It is not that he don't have a he don't have a just kind of yogurt bag behind him. It is just everything is in his reality. And then there is another lama who like chili very much. And then he just make this samba that like a kind of to eat, and then in reality he don't have any salt or just chili, but he out of that samba put there, oh, this is my salt and this is my chili, and then he dip there and then eat, and then he feels so hot and also sweating. And then the other people, they thought, oh, this lama is lying. And then the lama just give this samba dip into that, that another samba which is supposed to be chili, and give to somebody, and they really feel it is hot.
Lama Trova Tosun General Tuno, Count Debater on Young Remas and Nasan Metros and Drup them into Sendicamers.
So all these accomplished Masida masters that all the appearances are according to their own wishes, that it is not like us that we have to put so much effort to get something.
That's how they came on Nana and so they are in a shadow in Nekazo. No more bomb it, chin nebitizo, Rongi Chepa Karen and Lanson sound like the Chepa Chepa 2 years.
So similar like that, the Buddha pure field, such as like Amitabha's Pure Land, that when there is the Amitabha Buddha giving you the teaching, and then whenever one thinks that I need to just offer something, instantly all those offerings come in one's hand, fulfills one's wishes, and one can offer those. So that everything is that one could to have accomplishment of that whatever it appears is like just a treasure for them. And at the same time, whatever that wealth and material belongings they might have, they don't have tiny bit of attachment to it. So that all just arise or is the fruition of accumulating that the merit, which is called that nangche, which appear in material accumulation of merit, and then the just accumulation of wisdom. So if one does not have enough accumulation of merit, then it is similar like one treasure revealer. And this treasure revealer really does not have much accumulation of merit. And it is actually because that while he is on the path, then he could not just he could not perform any offerings and generosity practice to accumulate merit. And so Guru Padmasambhava has hidden many treasures that specifically for him that he could rebuild out. And when this revolution just happens to him, and then he is so poor that he even could not find a piece of paper. And then Guru Padmasambhava, just knowing about this treasure reveler who is very poor, so then Guru Padmasambhava hidden just a donkey with the whole luggage of gold. And then this treasure revealer, he is anyway going to rebuild out that. Then he said, oh, now I'm going to be very rich. Then this treasure revealer went there to rebuild out that. So then when he rebuilt out, that the donkey itself is so tiny, and then the luggage is just only small pieces of gold. So then the treasure revealer, he said, of course, Guru Padmasambhava has hidden just huge log of those gold, but because I don't have enough accumulation merit, so I could not get anything more than this. So So in that way, just to accumulate the merit, it is just very important.
Shansaraju, Chepapuya, Bedon, Medo, Manmate, Chepa the son of the Yaki, Manmate.
So that just to accumulate merit through the practice of prostration, incense offering, flower offering, and especially like a butter lamp offerings and so forth.
Oh, yeah, I'm over what the Mando sono you doesn't derimategure, they mention Chian and no, they don't Linga is a dumb Zabon.
So then the Ngondo students receiving the Bhajar Sattva teaching, rest you all can just leave to get it through your practice and also take care of your body, speech, mind, concentrating for the Dharma.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. This was on Jedon, teaching or in Jingle Chada, Garden Sonda,